this a private home?
Yes, this was someone's private home, Amy.
And talk about what you did.
So this was a high-value fundraiser at someone's private residence in Charleston, South Carolina, and there was someone who kind of introduced Hillary and talked about the ways in which she has shown up for racial justice for the state of South Carolina in the past in terms of the Walter Scott case and the Charleston shooting. And then they talked about how she supported body cameras in the state of South Carolina. And then Hillary began to speak. And soon after she began to speak, I interrupted her for the purpose of addressing her inconsistencies with her record. I wanted to know, which Hillary Clinton can we trust today? Is it the Hillary Clinton from 1994? Is it the Hillary Clinton from 2008? Or is it this refined Hillary Clinton that allegedly shows up for racial justice that we know in 2016? I'm just not sure that we can trust her and the things that she's saying today.
And actually, now that you've heard of the response of Clinton in the Washington Post, do you think that there's been some recognition on her part, or is this just a public relations attempt to dampen the impact of your protest?
Yeah, so I'd like to say that I think that her response is insufficient and it doesn't really address my real concerns. She apologized specifically for her word choice and the words that she chose to use, but I want her to apologize to Black people for mass incarceration. I want her to apologize to Black communities and other communities of color for supporting the policies. So not just like using specific words, but supporting those policies. That is what I want from her, and that's not something that I've seen at this point.
Ashley, what kind of response did you get from other people at the fundraiser, or were you taken right out?
People were saying that I was trespassing, people were saying that I was being rude, and people were saying that I was being inappropriate.
And was there any attempt by anybody in the Clinton campaign to reach out to you afterwards at all?
Not at all.
Can you talk about what you want these candidates to address right now? Not only Hillary Clinton, Bernie Sanders, also the Republicans.
Yeah, I want each candidate to address the inconsistencies that may exist with their record, especially in terms of policies that affect communities of color and Black communities and mass incarceration. But I want to say, Amy, that I think that like the voters have a responsibility as well. So it's not just the candidates that need to kind of reconcile their records for us or explain themselves to us, but it's our job to look for these inconsistencies and the consistencies, and it's our job to make an informed decision at the polls at some point.
Ashley Williams, I want to thank you very much for being with us. Last question, and that was, Hillary Clinton said you're the first person to raise this with her. What exactly was she saying, and did that surprise you?
So I don't think that what she's saying is true, and I don't think that I'm the first person to have asked her this question. I think that Black communities and communities of color have been asking her these questions for 20 years, Amy, and I also think that she's had 20 years to answer these questions. And at this point, like I said, we don't have any answers and we don't have an apology, which is what we really deserve.
Ashley Williams, Black Lives Matter activist who interrupted Hillary Clinton during a private fundraiser Wednesday night in Charleston, South Carolina. South Carolina, where the Democratic presidential primary will take place on Saturday. Thanks so much for joining us as we end today's show in Seattle. Juan?
Well, we end today's show in Seattle with Native American writer Jassy Ross.